What's up, guys? Welcome to my news video. Darkstar here with a brand new video. I'm going to be reading my book, War Torn, to you guys. Chapter 1, Lost in War. The year was 1939. World War II was at its peak. The smell of burning fuel put in tanks, and the clinking of weapons being loaded up. Our General Peterson says, in 5 minutes, the German fleet will be here, so we need you to set up, getting ready for war. So get your sorry stinking butts into this trench and lock and load. So I was going in the war for the first time, and my duty was to mount the turrets and cannons, and 3 minutes later, out of nowhere, a missile almost hits me but still damages me. I'm knocked out. When I wake up, the general is screaming, "Fire!" And I get up and run to the weapons crate, and I get a Panzerschreck and get in range, and I shoot a tank down, and the general says, "Good job, Sergeant Rogers." And out of nowhere, a missile hits everyone in the area. Chapter 2, Bloodbath. I wake up and I look around, and all of my comrades are dead, and I started hearing a scream my name, "Rogers, Rogers!" And I look, and it's the general, and he says, and his leg is missing, and his hand has a hole in it, and he is literally covered in blood. And I say, "What happened?" He said, "After you went missing, all of us were bombed by the Germans, and I was shot in the hand and got my leg cut off by a knife. Now we need to get out of here. The Germans are patrolling the area, and the general gives me a Springfield, and he said, when I say fire, shoot every German in the area." And he screams fire, and I shoot everything moving, and he says, "Just leave me to die. I will bleed out soon. I'm not leaving you here. I'm gonna save you." And I find a Jeep, and I get in the Jeep, and we drive to Berlin. But before we get there, we let's check out what page and we're attacked by force, and the Germans blew us out of the Jeep with the grenades, and I wake up and I broke my leg, and I didn't see my general, but when I wake up, you know what, I get stabbed in the back by a German soldier. Out of nowhere, my general with one leg and a hole with a hand with a hole in it. He picked up a M1911 and fired the bullet straight through his head, and the general gets back in the Jeep past Germany and goes to Russia. airfield. They helped us get back to health, but the general duty, I wake up and I go, "Where is the general?" And he goes, "I'm sorry to say this, but he died from bleeding out. But get ready. We're flying to France because Germany is attacking Paris so here's Aunt ready up to get the army." I picked up a PPSH 41 and a Naboo pistol. Chapter 3. Save Paris. So I'm all armed up and I get in the Soviet airplane and fly to France. And when we go to France, the German tank tries to hit us, and the German general of the Soviets say, "Jump out!" And I jump, but my parachute and I hit the ground and I take out my loaded PPSH 41 and I landed in front of a wall and grab a C4 and get stuck to the wall and blow it up. Out of nowhere, a German soldier runs at me. I grab my knife and stab him in the neck. Then I start running into battle and I start shooting every German moving. Then I run and I slide out of the way and I set a pipe bomb to the tank and blow it. Go to the Eiffel Tower, and I ran up to the top, and there was a German waiting there with a smug look, with a knife, and he said, "You're gonna die." And I pull out my PPSH 41, and he grabs a Naboo pistol and shoots my gun out of my hand. And I run, and he runs at me with a knife, and I grab a metal piece laying on the ground, and I pull it, and I throw it at his head, and he gave a 1903 bazooka, and I pick it up and run to the top of. I shoot it at the defensive where the Germans were, but the story does not end from there. From there, when I was in my glory, a German Air Force, and they kill everyone except for me, and they find me, and they shoot me in the lungs, and I was knocked out, and I'm put in a forced labor camp. Well, that's it for today, guys. Leave a comment, subscribe, bye.